Good morning, everybody. This is Derek with ILI Private Equity Holdings LLC. And this morning I was wanted to do a little piece on motivation before I get motivated to work on some cabinets here in the house. Motivation is a huge piece of your success puzzle. I've kind of been thinking about this for, a little bit now because I've always been kind of the person like, I don't really like motivational speakers. I don't like individuals who, get up in front of crowds and tell them, "Hey, you can do it," and don't really provide any real solutions for them to do that. So, just in thinking about where your motivation comes from, a pattern that I see right now, even in our current political situation, is that people tend to look at people who are successful in a way, or at least have a big bank account, maybe have made $1 million, or now our president-elect is a billionaire. And a lot of people point to that as the reason why they gravitate towards that individual and why they think that person can be successful. And it's kind of a thing in America to put those individuals on a pedestal and think that just because they have a certain level of money or a certain level of wealth, that's going to that those are the people that you should look for, and those are the people that you have to follow, and for some reason they have this they have the answer to what's going to make you motivated in life. People think, well, obviously, if they made it, I can make it as well. And so they'll pay big money. I mean, people will pay big money to those individuals. And the question I really have is, do they really care about you? What type of solution are they really providing for you to be successful? Those are the main reasons why I kind of stayed away. Number one, real world solutions. Where's the one-on-one to help you get to where you need to be? And then, motivation to me should be something that's very internal. It's something that's extremely, extremely personal. Now, if you don't have motivation from within, there's nothing no one with any level of money or any level of success is going to be able to give you in order to make you be successful. That has to start from within first. So I think it's important that that you start internally first and figure out what it is you're trying to do. Figure out what your drive is. Figure out if this is something really personal to you, or is it just something that you're trying to do to increase your bank account. So if you don't have that motivation within, the only thing that you're really guaranteed at that point is that you're going to succeed at failing, and that you're going to fail to accomplish your goals. If you do have that motivation from within, I'm not saying that that's going to be enough all the time. So that's why I'm saying, maybe you want to tie into a motivational speaker, or, maybe tie into, on Instagram all the time I see is motivational quotes and motivational memes, or on Facebook, or you see those things, and people tend to respond to that. Those things do lift you up when you're having a bad day, or say you're in between successes. Let's just put it nicely that way. Or maybe just outright, flat out, just failed at something. That motivation from within is what's going to be the thing that drives you forward. So, but if you're looking at individuals to be tied to, don't be so enamored with just the success that they have, or the followers that they have, or the amount of money that they may seem or to have in the bank, or the things that they're able to do. Really look and find out, what are they really providing me? What's the value that they're bringing to the table for me and for my success, and what can I take away from it? I commented this morning on a young man, and he seemed to be pretty negative, but I understand where he was coming from. And, I did kind of comment back on the same subject about motivation. And he's saying, hey, what you're, peddling is just a bunch of quotes. And because you're a millionaire and you are, you're standing up there telling us all this stuff. Yeah, you have the ability to be motivated all the time. But my whole thought was, okay, I understand where you're coming from with that, but what you need to do is maybe change your mindset a little bit. Instead of looking at this individual who does very well, I actually followed that individual. I've kind of added that person to my list of people that I would follow, because I just think that he's genuine and he's real, and I understand the value in what he's bringing to the table, and I understand what he's saying, and it makes sense for me. So I just kind of commented and just said, hey, this individual's not there really to provide you the solution. He's there to motivate you. He's there to get you pushed in the right direction. And I think that's what his main focus is really pushing people's mindsets to change. Hopefully, maybe there'll be some more back and forth commentary about it. I'm the kind of person, I don't like to, just flame you because, I don't agree with what you said. I'm looking deeper into it. I'm trying to, figure out, well, what's going on? Are you in between, something going on, success, or did you just recently fail at something, or you just haven't found your niche yet? What is it? Because from there, we can work on something that works for you. Or work on getting you into the right mindset that's going to put you on a path to be successful, because if you don't have the right mentality, you're never ever ever going to get to a place where you're going to be successful, because success requires contagion at some level. It does. That's why people look at millionaires and all these other people, or these motivational speakers that get to stand up in front of large crowds. The reason is because there's a level of contagion. They have a certain mindset, and then people tap into that, and there's a certain positivity and electricity that people kind of tap into. But if you don't have that, and your mindset is negative, nothing that you do is ever going to be successful, because people are not going to tap into that. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that a little bit. The big thing is just, if you're looking at something like that, feeling like, oh, I need that motivation, I need that extra push, I need that extra kick. Awesome. That's perfectly fine. You definitely need that from time to time. But at the same time, just make sure that, your real motivation is coming from within yourself, and not coming from some other place, because in the end, who cares about your success more than you? That's the real question. No one else is going to be concerned about whether you're successful, whether your family has, a home and food to eat and all that, except for you. And if you're going to move on and become income and location independent, or if you're looking at, moving up in your career, or doing things that will advance yourself personally and career wise, then you're going to need that motivation. So, I'm not saying that the motivation coming from those sources is bad. What I'm saying is that, use that as, a complement to the motivation that you already have from within. So once again, I thank you for taking a little bit of time today and listening to me rant and rave about motivation. Once again, my name is Derek Banks. I'm with ILI Private Equity Holdings LLC, and I am the Income Location Indie on Tumblr. And you may also visit us on www.iliprivateequity.us. Have a good morning. Bye-bye.